What is up? How's it going, everybody? It's music in my headphones. Kind of loud. I'm going to turn it down for a second. Get it back going once the game starts. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Saturday, pretty busy Saturday for me, doing stuff around the house and trying to get my garage cleaned out. Trying to get some exercise in. And yeah, I haven't really streamed since I think maybe Tuesday. Tuesday was the last time I streamed. Um, and so my goal has been to try to stream at least like, 2 to 3 days a week, and been struggling with that recently. So I wanted to make sure I got something in today and kind of kept like pushing it off a little bit. Um, Weird and getting some dropped frames on my stream. It seems like sometimes when this thing first fires up, like it takes a minute or two to get warmed up. But yeah, I'm at like 3% drop frames, which is kind of high. Usually it's like 1% or less. But yeah, so anyways, I'll pause music for now. Been trying to do 2 or 3 a week, and had only done one this week. And as today was ticking by, I was, you know, kept kind of thinking like, oh, like I've got this to do. I'll, start streaming afterwards. Oh, I've got this to do. I'll start streaming after that. And just kind of kept putting it off and off and off. And I generally prefer to stream during the day because that's when my energy levels are more up and more kind of like in the mood to just chat and talk. But after kind of procrastinating on it for a while by doing other stuff, I finally got off my butt and convinced myself to go ahead and push the button. So here we are. I think the last time I played Borderlands on stream, I was just finished Sledge, which is like one of the first major bosses, which will get me into like the next part of the story. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick off where I left off there. Yeah, let me go ahead and fire this puppy up. And I think I started originally on Borderlands, just plain old Borderlands 1. So this is not Borderlands 4. It's Borderlands 1, which is the original Borderlands. And so I'd like to play Borderlands 4 at some point, but I really wanted to kind of go through at least the first game, if not the second or third, just to kind of really like have a feeling for the storyline and everything like that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Let me see if I've got the right scene enabled here. Looks like I do. So yeah, let's go ahead and make sure load the right character. Let's see. Start game. Let's see if I can I need to like just disable Discord for a second or turn off overlays, because that's gonna drive me bonkers if I keep getting Discord overlay notifications. So why don't I go ahead and shut that off really quick before we get started. Give me just a second here. Game overlay currently playing. Yeah, let's turn that off. And then I'm just going to turn off all overlays for now. And hopefully that will stop that from showing my chat messages in the in the stream. All right, yeah. So let's go ahead and load up character. I think we want this guy. I'm level 20 rolling right now, and I will have to see exactly, try to remember where I am here. So I'm still at Fyrestone, and I think my next quest is basically leaving Fyrestone. Let's go check and see here. Yeah. Leaving Fyrestone. So Pierce agreed to bump up your clearance level. She wants you to go to New Haven and meet with her. So drive west to the Doll Headland Gate and speak with the Claptrap robot there. They'll let you through when you get past the gate. Talk with Ernest Whitting on the other side. He knows the Headland better than anyone and can bring you up to speed. So cool. Let's go ahead and do that. I've also, let's see here. I wonder if I want to use, do I want to use a key to open this thing up? I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'm just going to, that's like a shift key redemption thing. All right, so we got to go find the car and drive all the way across the map. I did add a couple of redeems, which maybe I could demo real quick. Let me, actually, before we do this, let me do that just so folks are aware. So yeah, the first redeem, well, I did a couple of things. One, I updated the hydrate redeem. So let's go ahead and test that out real quick. Hydrate redeem, I've had that redeem for a while, but it didn't have any like sound effect or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and test these guys out just to make sure that they work. Let's see if it actually works. Yeah, I'm hydrated. Here we go. Nice. Okay, sweet. That worked. All right, and then we'll go ahead and test out the next one, which is Tell Me a Story. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see here. There's also Crash Out, which I think folks have seen before. For those special Crash Out moments. And then Hydrate, Claptrap. Oh yeah, we've also got the Claptrap redeem. We can check that one out.
Making Borderlands has been a rocky road. Tasty like the ice cream, but difficult to drive on.
And so those are random. That'll play a bunch of different ones.
Blow himself up and we weren't rolling?
That was someone else.
That was somebody else? Ah, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And then the last one is Story Time, which is 500 points. And that's for me to tell me a story about myself.
Jack, tell me a story.
Fuck you.
Oh, that's
one of my favorites.
I think that's from Beverly Hills Cop. I'm pretty sure it's from Beverly Hills Cop. But yeah, okay, cool. So those are all working, which is awesome. And that's just what I wanted. So let's go ahead and I just got to rearrange some stuff on my stream manager screen here to make it more readable. And we will get back to the game and see what happens here. All right, so we got to go get in a car and make our way across. I got the ride. Now that I've got the vehicle, I can just run over these guys, which is kind of nice. And we'll take the main road through town here. One of the nice improvements so this is the enhanced, like basically they re-released Borderlands 1 in 2019, I think. And so it has a couple of improvements over the original version. One of them is in general, the graphics have been improved. Also, you auto pick up loot, which was kind of an annoying thing, like when you're killing mobs. Oh, Marcus. Hey, Marcus. Yeah, I do think it's real. Yes. Oh. Marcus wants a partnership. Marcus wants a partnership, huh? All right, I gotta go talk to Claptrap first and see what he has to say, or it has to say. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. Before we do that, oh, that's awesome. So Claptrap is pretty confident we're going to die. Not 100%, but pretty confident. This is vehicle spawner. Let's see. I almost want to see if we have anything to sell before we go in there. I think I'll keep all of these for now. This is questionable. It's only a level 12 weapon, but I don't have another like AR basically at this point, so I kind of need to keep it. But we can load up on ammo here. I think I'm full on most things. Yeah, all right, sniper. Yeah, full on sniper too. Grenades. Full on grenades. Cool. I don't think I can get any of these upgrades, can I? Let's see here. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, so now that I've leveled up, I probably should update. Sniper is probably going to be the biggest one that I want to do. Launcher, grenade. Grenade is good too. I'm going to do sniper and then grenade. Okay. I can't afford that. It's now. Okay, so it's up to 6 now is what I can hold. That's better than where I was before. So at least now I can probably buy some grenades, or at least, but yeah. I'm already carrying 6. Weird. I wonder if I got one when I upgraded it. I should have only had 5 before. It's what I would have expected. So get some cash. I really have no idea what to expect going into the Doll Headland. This will be my first time going into this particular location. I've just discovered Outpost Lucky's Last Chance Watering Hole. Okay, that's interesting. Let's look at the map here real quick and see. So there's a vehicle spawner up there. There's a okay, my next objective is up there, so I'll probably just go ahead and head up to the next objective. Go check that out. Am I sprinting? Yeah, I am sprinting. Okay. Always weird moving between games and trying to get used to the different mechanics here. So I don't really know much about the Doll Headlands, but I'm assuming based off of the name that it's kind of, like an area that is more of like an entrance or beginning to a larger area. All right, so there's a vehicle spawner. Next objective is up here. I think there's somebody we're going to talk to. Got some good, interesting music here. I might put my own tunes back on in a little bit, and I might actually see... this one does not sell weapons. You can always count on Marcus. Marcus is our bud. Okay, let's see here. Who's this guy? All right, so this is my original quest for leaving Fyrestone, which I just completed, and so I can redeem it here and get my XP, which I think, okay, so now I've got some new missions from Ernest, so this is our first time talking to Ernest. He showed up at just the right time. Bandits decided to lay siege to the Last Chance Watering Hole to the south, and my friend Lucky is trapped inside. He called me for help just before he showed up. I wasn't sure what to do, but you're here now. Please go help my friend. All right. Yeah, I realized that. Well, that's a good question. So I'm going to accept that one. And then getting lucky. Rescue Lucky Zafford at the Last Chance Watering Hole. You showed up just at the right time. Bandits decided to lay siege to the Last Chance Watering Hole in the south, my friend. Yeah. So I guess basically this one is... Oh, this is... Okay. This is the one I've gotten, and then this is the new one. Get some bait, place it outside the cave, and then kill Skagzilla. See all the giant bones? Dug them up myself. I thought these creatures were extinct until down at Wellspring Bluff I came across a skag bigger than any I had ever seen. Its diet of cesium cactus, runner fuel, and of course human flesh seems to have endowed it with incredible mutations. Truly, Skagzilla is a marvel of adaptation and survival. So I want you to acquire some bait, lure it out, and kill it. All right, so I guess we'll do that one too. And so I expect that these are all going to be fairly higher level mobs or monsters compared to what I've been fighting so far. Hopefully I'm not undergunned, but we'll see. I would expect possibly some deaths here. What do we got? What do we got? I don't see anybody yet. And I guess I could just drive. I should probably just grab a vehicle and not walk off, huh? That would be smart. So let's head back over here. Otherwise, walking is going to be really freaking slow. The other thing is I can probably drive over a lot of monsters in the car, which will make it significantly easier. What? Ruined his mom's girl parts. Okay. Got it. Oh, whoa. Check out this guy here. That's crazy. I don't know if I want to fight those guys right now. Let's see. Where's the... I'm actually kind of going the wrong way to... I want to go this... Well, I mean, it's the first time fighting anybody in a vehicle here. I kind of wonder if I should just get out and shoot the guy. That might be easier than driving, honestly. Let's see what happens here if I just get out and shoot him. They're kind of hard to hit, actually. Harder than I expected. That was good. I'm assuming they do some damage to me. If I hit them, I could also throw down the shield, I guess. See if that does any damage to him. I don't actually know. Let's see here. Maybe hip firing is best. I don't know. I've only hit that guy, like... I really need the rocket launcher. I wonder if I can do that. Let me... I wonder if I can change to the rocket launcher. Does that pause the game? It might, actually. It might pause the game. I think I'm paused. Did I sell my rocket launcher? Oh, snap. I sold my rocket launcher. That is unfortunate. All right, well, I'm not really sure what I want to... I mean, maybe I just shoot these guys and maybe I just hip fire at them. They're definitely hard to hit because they're moving so much. Not going to be able to crit them this way. I thought maybe the explosive rounds, maybe I just have to fight them in the car. Oh, you know what? I could enter the gunner's seat. That's not a bad idea. Let me do that. Let's see what happens here if I enter the gunner's seat. I don't know if it really matters if I enter the gunner's seat versus sitting in the car. I think it might give me more ability to aim or target. So let's see what happens. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? All right, they left me alone, I guess. That's weird. All right, well, F those guys. Let's keep moving. I don't really know if it's worth. We've got an objective to go track down. So let's see what happens. Oh my God. All right, we got some guys here to fight. I'm kind of interested to see how hard these guys are to fight. Because I haven't really fought any of the monsters here yet, so I don't know like what level they are. They're level 19. They definitely move more than the previous levels, so I'm going to have to kind of... Going to be harder to hit these guys with a sniper, I guess. Oh, that was actually not too bad. But they definitely do way more freaking damage. Holy smokes. And I'm totally getting wasted here. Let's see if I can like hide behind this and still recharge my health. Why am I not hitting that dude? Do I have to go low? Yeah, these guys are totally freaking wasting me, huh? I might need to be better gun for this. Or just play cover, I guess. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna die already. I mean, I can't really, like, they're not getting close enough for me to do anything to them, so I might just actually die. I would have been able to fight for my life if they would come attack me, but they didn't, so it's honestly a little lame, but whatever. All right, so I think I might need to be better gunned here. Let's see what happens. There's not really anywhere for me to buy new guns, so I guess I just kind of have to deal with what I've got. And probably would have been better to just go fight them with the car. I think that's probably what I should do next time, since it's going to be way easier to kill them that way. All right, come on, let's go. All right, bro, let's go find these yahoos. I mean, I didn't even really have to fight them. I don't really have to fight any of these people because they're not part of the objective, but just kind of trying to get a feel for like what the level is like. All right, let's go find these guys. I'm actually going which way? This way? Let's see here. Okay, I can't go in there. There's a vehicle spawner over there. All right, we got to go. So the bar, we're going to the bar to rescue Lucky, I think is his name. Lucky. He doesn't. I don't know if these guys are going to chase me all the way over here or what, but I think I'm probably going to get into a fairly significant fight here. Yeah. See if I can maybe use the car as cover here. Crit those guys. All right, so far so good. Where's it? The turret is doing mighty fine work here. All right. Okay, so I go. Oh, that's for the bait. That's for the skag bait. That's not the. I'm on the wrong quest here, but I got the skag bait, which means I'm gonna have to go fight Skagzilla, which I don't know if I'm actually geared up for, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. I feel like the other quest might be easier. Why does this thing? Oh, I'm in the gunner turret. That's why it's not moving. Come on, get it together, Jesus. There we go. All right, now we're driving. Now we're rolling. Gotta go up this way. And then up this way. Oh, these fuckers are back. Dude, just leave me alone. I'm trying to fucking go. Oh, I can't even drive up here, huh? I gotta walk, I guess. That would kind of make sense. I don't know if I can. I accidentally sold the rocket launcher I had way back when. I haven't gotten a new one yet. And I think that was kind of a problem. That was a bad idea. All right, so I got to place the bait for Skagzilla. And I really don't know like what's going to happen here. I'm kind of like in this weird arena. And I'm imagining that I'm even going to have to fight some Skags before. No, nothing's coming out. Let me go look over here and see if anything comes out. I just want to, if there's like monsters I can pre-kill, I'd like to do that, but here we go. Bait completed. All right, so it's going to come out of there. I'm assuming I kind of need to get away from this guy, so I'm going to grenade him too. Let's see what this does on him. That does not do a lot of damage to him. I gotta really just crit him. So far, so good. It seems like I can run from him okay. I should probably use this shotgun because this thing's pretty badass if I can get in close on him. And get him with the mouth open. Okay, yeah, I think that was pretty good. Oh, that thing looks dangerous, whatever that was, that freaking white light thing. I'm definitely not doing a ton of damage to this dude. It's gonna take... I crit. Okay, so I got to crit him. There we go. Got to get crits when the mouth is open. Honestly, I mean, it's yeah. Maybe this. I got to avoid that white light thing, I think. Okay, that was good. I did proper crit damage there. Be nice if my shield can. Yeah, I got to avoid that thing. That's what I got to do, is just avoid that freaking thing. I think that's his main power here, and he kind of advertises it. But I do want to get him with the mouth open. Shield turret will be back sometime soon. Wait for him to open up. Okay. Working out okay here. It's actually going better than I thought. I'm probably going to regret saying that because he'll probably do something crazy to me. I'm just kind of like, I don't even know if I'm doing damage right now on him. I'm also not sure if when he has that light coming out, if I can actually get an angle on his open mouth, because that's really the key, is getting him with a mouth open. All right, I think I'm ready to redeploy this guy here. There we go. That's kind of the key, is getting the crits. All right, almost down here on Skagzilla. Come on. Have any grenade? I got a few grenades left. Let's see if I can chuck some of those things at him. Okay, get the mouth open. I just got to avoid that crazy white light that comes out of his mouth. All right, so close. I think now the shotgun. There we go. Okay, perfect. Hey, what's up, Kirkland Bows? Oh, I guess this guy's not dead yet. It's like reading chat. I thought he was dead. Come on, dude. There we go. All right. Got him. Just got back from Mariners game. Huge series going again tomorrow. Nice, nice. Where are we at in the playoffs, Kirkland? I mean, where are we at in the standings? I haven't looked in a couple of days. I mean, we were doing pretty good there for a while. We'd been in a slump and then started to power back, but I'm not sure where we stand now. Let's see. What do we got? We have... Oh, that weapon is trash. I could pick some of these up and sell them, but that's cool. I should try. I wonder, I'm kind of thinking, depending on what time the game is tomorrow, I might try to take my son. He's got swimming lessons, but it would be fun to go up 2 games on Astros, 3rd game versus Astros. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. Because I mean, we're basically in contention for the division, so it's a double whammy beating them, right? In terms of how we move up or how we place. But that is huge. Man, I'm glad to hear that the M's kind of got it together, because it was looking pretty depressing there for a while, like they were going to blow the whole thing. Which, would not be a shocker to anybody, but be a shame to let that to ruin the season, considering how decent it's been. All right, so we completed that mission. I hope there's a vehicle spawner up here. It looks like there is. Yeah, I mean, too. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, nice. Nice. Do you know, going into the series, were we in first and they were behind us, or were we behind them by a game, or like what was the? All right, so we got to go this way and turn this thing in. Also, just, man, beating the freaking Astros is always, I mean, Okay, you're tied going into it, so. Man, that is great timing. This close to the postseason, playing the team you're in contention with for playoff spot. Were you? I assume you were here for the 116 win season. I think that was like, when was that? Was that 2000? That was after Safeco opened. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was definitely after Safeco opened. Okay, let's redeem this quest since we've finished Big Game Hunter 2001. Yeah, okay. Magnificent Show. I'm going to have him stuffed and mounted in my den. Sweet. We got a crappy weapon out of that. That's trash, basically. I should probably go sell some stuff here. Man, it is crazy what a season Cal Rally is having. It's just like insane. I mean, mind-boggling. Having a catcher hitting over 50 home runs. I was at the game where he hit the. So what was the record? I think the record was like 47 or something. And was it 47 or 48? And then I was at the game where he hit the 50th. And that was a crazy game overall because it was like Padres interleague game, and there was like 4 or 5 home runs in the first 2 innings. It was just like tons of excitement. Was the game? Was it close? Was it exciting? Were there any like major highlights there besides obviously the wins? Oh, he just surpassed Griffey. That is wild. I mean, Griffey was like the best hitter the M's have ever had. I mean, he's got to be, right? I mean, I think he's probably still the best hitter. Just Cal's hit more home runs. I know. I'm guessing if you look at like OBP average and everything, I mean, Griffey just had like such a. I mean, he was consistent. Like, did it over such a long period of time. Let's see here. We're gonna sell this. Sell this. Sell this. Hostile SMG level 19. I may actually keep that. This guy, I think I'm gonna sell. That guy, I think I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell that one too. Yeah, that is wild. Amazing ending. We were up 6-0. They hit a grand slam to bring it close. Oh, no way. So they hit grand slam top of 9 or something, and it was 6-4. That's nutty. That is the type of stuff that gives a Mariners fan a heart attack because it is definitely like, that it's possible that they freaking choke there and lose the game. Like, I would definitely be losing it there. Oh, I did not mean to deploy that. Whoops. All right, let's top off on ammo and go work on the next mission here. I think I'm all full here yet. Yep, that is the type of stuff that gives M's fans a heart attack. All right, let's get out of here. So what time is the game tomorrow? I'm trying to remember what time Sunday games usually are. I mean, they're day games, right? I know like Fridays are always night games, Wednesdays are day games, Saturdays are day games. All right, where do these? I got to get more crits on these guys. 1 out, 2 on, 9th inning. Amazing diving catch from right field and double played because they went running game set match. Nice, crazy. I gotta say, like with baseball, there's just nothing like I mean, it's not really like this is postseason, but just that postseason and like leading up to postseason games just gets so exciting because so much is on the line. Throw this guy down here. I'm going to back out a little bit here and wait for my shield to turret to charge back up. 410. Shoot, I might actually, if it's at 410, I might actually be able to go. That would be fun. Trying to think if I've got anything else I need to do tomorrow. I might have to go get some tickets there. That would be... Yeah, I've got to be somewhere from like 3:30 to 4:30, but I could go for the I could just get there whenever I get there. All right, I need to pay a little bit more attention to these guys here. I'm actually gonna, that was a poor deployment. I wanted to play it in the middle, but I didn't have my reticle in the right spot, but this will at least allow me to charge back up. All right. At the nacho spot? Okay, well, if I go, I will definitely head over to the nacho spot, and if you recognize me, definitely definitely say hi. If I'm there, I'll probably be there with my son. Probably be wearing a black unbranded baseball hat. I won't have any glasses on, more than likely. I might have sunglasses on, but trying to think. I could like, I don't really have like any super identifying t-shirts or anything. Well, if I end up going, I'll send you a whisper on Twitch. How about that? And you can come meet me at the nacho stand. All right. Oh, my aim is getting a little bit better in this game, I think. Where are you, little bastard? Huh, that thing provides pretty decent cover for them. See if that... See, I feel like that should hit. Okay, that one hit him. Gonna be... yeah, I'm going with my bestie, and his little one should be fun. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, and actually, my son really... he's at the, like... For a while, he found baseball games boring. And I mean, he's still not like... I think he's at the age now where he can just enjoy a lot of the stuff that's going on. So it's a lot more fun to go with him. When he was really little, it was easy because you make him happy anywhere. And then as he got older, you know, it's kind of boring for him to just be in one place. But now he's kind of back into it. He also gets what's going on, and the more, you know, and that helps as well. So, okay, midget shotgunner. Guys are not too bad. I'll just go up and get him close range. Where'd he go? They're just way easier to... Oh, he did get me, though. 7 but loves peopling, so she loves Mariner teams. Yeah. Totally get that. And honestly, Mariners Stadium is actually like, it's a good, I think it's a really entertaining stadium for kids. I mean, there's a lot going on there. You know, it's actually pretty fun too for kids is the Tacoma Rainiers. We've gone to a few of those games as well. And they've got a nice setup for bringing kids and stuff. I'm gonna hydrate break myself here. Hold on, let's see. Yeah. Redeem, test this out and see if my update to it worked. Yeah, I'm hydrated. Sweet. It works. All right. Nice. Oh yeah, we got like once a month. You still okay? Yeah. See, yeah. I kind of figured. I seem to remember you saying something about being from that area. So, yeah, I've actually only been to, maybe like 3 Rainiers games or something like that. Oh, I've got a point I can redeem here too. But a lot of fun. Totally a lot of fun. All right, so this thing, increased shotgun spread and damage, shield. This could be good. wonder if I should probably start increasing max health, so maybe I'll start working on that. All right. I still need to go rescue this dude, huh? I haven't even totally forgot I was on a quest here. Whoa, boy. What was that? Oh, Jesus. These guys are... Crit. Come on, crit. All right. All right. All right. These guys with this shotgun are actually pretty freaking easy. Just got to stay away long enough. All right. I think this is the last one. Nice. Yeah, this sledge shotgun is pretty ridiculous. It's only level 12 or 13 too, and I'm still using it because I just like it so much. So Kirkland's telling a story. Me and 2 buddies went golfing once. Dude comes up. Mind if we tag along? Sure. Was it like Jay Buhner or somebody? Who is it? You got me on the edge of my seat here. Let's see. Am I full? No, I can pick this stuff up. All right. What? Oh, it was Rod, J-Rod? A-Rod? Was it A-Rod? Let's see, can I sell, what do we got here? This is, 927. All right, I guess I'll take both of these for now and then just sell them. Yeah, it was A-Rod. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. A friend of a friend of mine, a friend of one of my relatives works at the Snoqualmie Casino, and they used to tell stories about Richard Sherman would be in there all the time. He loved to play craps at that place. And so he would see, like, you know, when they were around, this guy, he would like see Richard Sherman like at least every week because he was like, you know, regular stop for him. All right. Yeah, this guy will be wasted here in a second. There we go. Are we keeping score here? All right, and that's good. Health is all back. And I wish there was a thing to increase the turret time. I feel like there's got to be one more person in here I fight, right? Let me go check all this stuff here. Maybe not. Maybe that was the last person I fight there. He's like, mind if I join you guys at the same time next week? And we ghosted him. I mean, obviously, this had to have been when he was still on the team before he left for New York. Because what would he be doing here? But let's see. I'm gonna sell this guy, sell that guy, sell that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that one too, and that one. These were pretty much, that one might be useful. Oh, F me, I'm buying back weapons. That was so stupid. Oh no, I just totally wasted a ton of money. All right, I want to sell weapons. That's what I want to do. What do I have equipped? I already have a sniper equipped, and that's level 18. Yeah, it was right before he got called. It was right before he got called up to M's. Okay, cool. I thought you were going to say it was right before he went to the Yankees. Let's see here. Caustic revolver. Sell that. Sell that. These are all. Hostile SMG actually might be good for now. Terrible shotgun. Okay, I can't even use this one right now. It's a level 22. I'm just going to sell that as well. What else do we got here? Shotgun. This thing, whoa, this thing actually looks really, possibly really good. I might have to use that. This thing at 263, but 0.6 fire rate. I might want to mess around with that one. Sell this one. We'll sell that one. Got it. So before he got called up to the M's. Okay. And so did you guys know that he was, I mean, I'm assuming once you played with him, he told you that he was, or you may have already known who he was, but that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. See, Sledge's shotgun, level requirement 12, but man, it was, that thing has been really good. I really need to replace this gun, and I don't think I have anything yet that can replace it. I am carrying too many shotguns, though. I'm going to drop the elephant gun for now, and I may actually equip this guy and try it out. And then I feel like I should probably just sell the SMG because it doesn't have any elemental damage. Steel Matador. All right, I think we're going to go with that for now, and we'll keep all the other stuff. Had no idea. He was just saying he was going to be the best. It was annoying. He's trying to tell you that he's going to be the greatest baseball player of all time, and you're like, dude, we're trying to play golf. I mean, knowing what I know about him now, not surprising to me that he was that cocky. Because he was definitely a cocky dude. All right. Rescue Lucky Zafford at the last chance watering hole. Thanks, man. You really saved my bacon there. We really need to do something about these bandits. They're like drunk, pissed off hornets now that Sledge is dead. All right. Again, it's leading somewhere, but powering the fast travel network. Okay, cool. So this, I think, will help us improve our mobility here if we can enable more stops on the fast travel network. Throw the fast travel breakers and flip the master switch. Breakers thrown. Okay, I want to get back to Ernest, but I can't face another bandit. Fast travel would be okay, but it's been offline around here for ages. Mad Mel blocks Scooter from coming to fix it. If fast travel were working, we could now instantly teleport to any new U station we've ever visited, even the one next to Ernest's Emporium. Will you fix it, please? Just got to climb on the poles, throw the breakers, then hit the master switch over the station. Easy, right? Yeah, it sounds easy. Sure, we'll do that. Thanks for keeping that dick bag alive long enough. All right, let's see. Munitions. Let's see if this guy has any good weapons here. This thing, level 22 AR static. I might need to buy this because I don't have a decent AR right now. Kirkland says, I lived a weird ass life, hung out with Marshawn and Sherman at my buddy's music studio and laid some beats for them. Nice. That's crazy. Marshawn would be a hoot to meet, man. He's like one of the few like football players where like I would just love to meet that guy and hang out with him. He seems like he would be such a blast. I'm curious what he was actually like in person. All right. I think even though it's going to be most of my money, I think I might buy this guy. Grew up with a true fan, so I frequented his home. Gotcha. Okay, crazy. Crazy. Man, you've been around. You've definitely led a crazy freaking life. You should like have a stream where you just tell stories all the dude, just chatting, and you just tell stories about all the people you've met and everything. Hennessy on deck, that man could drink. I bet he could, man. He's a big dude. Oh, shoot. Did I just buy a gun that I can't use because of the level requirement? I did, didn't I? Man, I am so dumb at this game. Let's see here. Blast revolver. I think this thing is pretty good. I'm going to try and swap it out for the sniper. This thing I can't use yet, but it will. Looks like it could be a beast once I actually get it. This thing is low. Okay, I'm going to sell that guy right there. I just sell that while I'm here. Let me make sure I sell the right one. Yeah, this is the one I want to sell. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Hennessy myself. It's just like that type of drink or that type of like liqueur, but I bet that dude could drink it or can drink it. All right, so I think now we've got to go probably spawn a vehicle and go find out where these breakers are. They're actually not that far away, but I don't want to get stuck out there without a car. Sherman was all right. Marshawn was super cool as he seems, just super chill, talked to me like a human. That was always my impression of him, and that was kind of, you know, like, I mean, I feel like there are some celebrities where you just know you're like, this person would just be completely chill and really easy to talk to, and you know, you just be able to hang out with them like it's no thing. And then of course there's others where you're like, you know, this person is just going to be a jerk. And then there are the ones that surprise you, you know, that you think might be a jerk, but are actually quite nice and tolerable. But yeah, Marshawn always struck me as somebody who would just be legit cool to hang out with. I mean, from what I heard talking to, you know, folks, or what I heard about, you know, Sherman hanging out at the Snoqualmie Casino is that he was pretty chill there and always treated everybody well. I don't remember if there's any stories of him like going on tilt or anything like that. Where is the car spawner? There it is. Okay. No, that's fast travel. So I need to find the car spawner, which is over here. There we go. Here we go. All right. All right, so we gotta go. There's only 2 of these, and then the monster switch, or sorry, master switch, not monster switch, master switch. Of course, my jumping in this. Oh man, moving in this game is pretty bad. It kind of reminds me of like the original Doom. Let's see here. All right, we got one. We got one. Let's do another one. Oh, these guys look interesting. Oh, this gun is legit. I'm liking it. This gun, this may be my new gun. Oh, this dude, whoops, I gotta hit him first though. There we go. This thing is, how many of them are there? These things are nasty. Those are creepy little bugs. All right, so this uses revolver bullets, right? I think so. Really? Did I miss that, dude? Okay. He wasn't bad, just not very approachable. You weren't a big deal in private. If you, oh gosh, yeah. You weren't a big deal. He's just basically not super welcoming, but not a jerk. Got it. Were him and Marshawn tight? Were they like buds? I was always curious about that. I mean, it seemed like they were pretty close, but it was hard to tell if that was because I could also like I could totally see Sherman getting on Marshawn's nerves as well. But I mean, Marshawn also just kind of seemed like, you know, he could pretty much put up with whatever as long as they were doing their job. Okay, so that was working out pretty well here. Can I get this last guy? Last one, come on. I wonder if I should just try to hip fire him, maybe. Get this guy. Oh, that. That didn't work. Let me go ahead and get him now. Okay, there we go. That was not too bad. I can get the rest of these guys with this. Huh. Oh, I need to, yeah, okay. I need to hit them on there. I was not hitting him on the crit spot. I assume it's around their mouth. There's one more down here. There it is. They were pretty close enough to show up to Truthman spot and rap with the boys. Okay, yeah, that qualifies. I'd say that qualifies as close. I'm trying to think, did Marshawn live it? He probably didn't live like in Seattle all the time, because like Sherman lived in Seattle year round, right? And then Marshawn went back to Oakland in the off season. All right, let's see. So I think we just got to flip the master switch now. So I got to go find that. All right, which way am I going here? I'm going this way. I got to go in here. I've discovered Outpost Doll Headland Electrical Station. Okay, so there's probably going to be a bunch of crap in here to deal with. Start with shotgun out. Nobody yet. Don't know his exact spot, but I think it was Bellevue. Did never ask. Yeah, no shit. I can understand that. Dude. All right. See, where's the rest of these guys at? They got to be down below here. Oh, dude. All right, let me throw this up just to heal up real quick. Oh, you're still alive? No, okay. I was like, how is that guy still alive? All right, so all I need to do is flip this master switch. I think I can do that now, yeah. Okay, cool. So even if we die here, the objective is done. Pandora's fast travel system is now online. The system allows you to quickly travel between any new U station that you previously visited. To use it, go to the nearby new U station, choose the fast travel tab, and then choose your destination. Cool. Okay, so I could actually fast travel from here. Or actually, no, there's no U station here. This is just the power. So there probably is not a station here. What is this? There's a bunch of people down below me. Oh, look at that. That's what okay, so that's the power then. That's pretty cool for, you know, a really old game like this. Did I not hit that dude, really? Okay, crit. Was that a crit? I need to crit this guy. No, I gotta get him right there, I think. You never should have come here. There's a lot of I should probably grenade these guys a little bit here. Thanks for the follow. Why, you mad, bro? Let's see. Don't die. Don't die. I think I'm safe right here long enough for my that's hilarious. Wait, so no, I'm on PC. So is it any coincidence that we're talking about Sherman and then somebody with the name Why You Mad Bro pops in? Welcome in, by the way. All right, let's see if I can fight these guys and talk at the same time. Probably just grenade again. How to make crossplay. I don't think Borderlands 1 had crossplay, and I don't typically play with viewers either, so sorry about that. I appreciate your interest, but yeah, I typically don't play with viewers. I only play with people that I've played with before. And also in this game, I'm just doing a solo playthrough of Borderlands 4. Borderlands 1 rather, not 4. So, all right, let's put that guy out there for a second. I want to play in level 38. Do you play Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 4? Oh, I did not mean to jump down here. That was dumb. But yeah, like I said, thanks for the offer, but I am doing this one all solo. All right, I have 2 grenades left. I'm all healed back up now. So let's go ahead and get these guys again. That helped a little bit. I just got to get this. Come on, dude. You're almost dead. There we go. Okay, we got one of them. One of them. How long you been playing Borderlands for? Why you mad, bro? I'm curious if you're playing 1 or if you're playing 4. I feel like most people right now are probably playing 4. Level 38 is pretty good. I'm only, I think, at level 20 right now. I feel like I don't know in Borderlands 1 what the max level is. I know in 4 it's 50, but all right, let's see here. But anyways, thanks for popping in and chatting. I appreciate it, and thanks for saying hi. Also curious if you are playing 1, what character and loadout you're playing too. Okay. Let's go. Let's go ahead and finish this quest off. I think I got everybody here. Everybody here is dead. All right, we got these jackasses here, which I really don't. I already fought them once, and there's really no need for me to fight them again. So I'm just going to keep on moving, be on my way. Try to stay focused on the quests. All right, this is the job board in there, or no? Is that where? That's where the person is that I go talk to. Oh yeah, it's this guy again. Lucky, yeah, the guy that we rescued who's sitting on the crapper. All right. So fast travel network done. All right. So next quest: Road Warriors, Hot Shots. Eliminate bandit runner patrols. Mad Mel has blocked the road to New Haven, and he spends most of his time terrorizing the southern part of the headland. He hardly ever comes up here. If you want him to face you, you'll need to get his attention first. What says I'm going to kick your ass better than killing a bunch of his men and destroying a lot of his hardware? I mean, that sounds like that would do it. Okay, I think I've got all the ammo. Let's just try it. Oh, no, I need more of this thing. Let's do that. I'm going to need to stack up some more cash. I spent most of my money, and I do need to get a rocket. Do I have a rocket launcher now? Did I get one? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Let me go sell some of this crap here. Okay. This definitely sell. That I think I like the sniper. Oh no, I don't have the sniper equipped. I have that other pistol equipped. I could probably sell this guy. I've got too many shotguns. This one's 44 times 12. This one's 40. Okay, this one goes. And then what's this one? Desert Carnage shotgun. 2-shot, 153. Huh. Fire rate 1.3. Accuracy 58. Versus this one, 57 times 11. What was this one again? 44 times 12. That's pretty good. I feel like there's some other buff on Sledge's shotgun that was better though. 10,000% burst fire count, 106 damage. I think I'm gonna try this other one and then maybe sell Sledge's if I like it better. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's swap it out with this guy here. So yeah, sledges. How much does sledges? Yeah, this one costs more and is a higher level, and it seems like it's just doesn't have the melee. That's the real thing that it's missing. And then this gun is still trash, but it's the only AR I have that I can really use. So I guess we'll have to stick with that for now. Okay, so we've got this pistol, which seems to be pretty badass. We've got this new shotgun, right? What's this one again? The Steel Matador, and then we've got this guy. Okay, wow, we've got a bunch of new quests here. We've got Lucky's Bounty Board, destroy the bandit fuel tanks. The worst part about living out here isn't the frequent skag attacks, it's the traffic. And by traffic, I mean those bandit bastards that think they have a right to shoot anything that moves. Hit them where it hurts. Destroy their fuel tanks so we can ride free. Well, there's your problem right there. Close all fuel pipe valves around Lucky's Last Chance. With all of the gunfighting going on around here, my fuel pipes have got more holes than Swiss cheese. I think the system is salvageable. I just need somebody to close a few valves for me. I'd do it myself, but I'm afraid there'd soon be holes in me too. Okay, and then the next one here, visit the haunted excavation and recover the elemental artifact. Okay, this is interesting because the elemental artifact, I think, gives us some elemental buffs or something. This is Tanis. I was digging in the Doll Headland and came very close to uncovering an elemental artifact, most likely from the vault. I was forced to abandon the dig when my brain-dead team quit. They said they saw ghosts or Bigfoot or something. You're someone who isn't a superstitious dolt. I invite you to recover the artifact for yourself. We definitely want to do that one. Find all revolver parts. Okay, so there's some revolver that's spread out into parts that I need to go. What's up, Maddie? How's it going? I'm doing good, man. How are you? Welcome in. I'm just playing Borderlands 1, it's the original Borderlands, but the enhanced version, which is the one they re-released in 2019. So it's got slightly better graphics and a few extra features and whatnot, but eventually, hey, nice. I'm not crashing out right now, but
it's so good it made me lash out.
But I will soon, probably. Let's see here. You're tinfoil 3 now if you ever want to be carried in Fortnite. Nice. Tinfoil 3, is that diamond 3 or is that like which one is tinfoil? Or is that a new rank that they've introduced? I'm not going to play any Fortnite tonight, but I definitely will probably play it the next time I stream, because I'm going to play this probably and see how far I can get in this area. And claptrap, there we go. Oh, did my claptrap redeem not work? Why not? Let me see if let me manually do that one and see if it works.
Quiet on the set! This is live! We're doing it live! Hey, you brought this upon yourself! It can't all be hookers and sunshine! Action!
Ah!
So who's Tony Romo now, motherfucker? Uprights!
There's a few of them, actually. It's if you do it every time you do it, it's a random one.
Seriously? Your arms
Seriously?
tired? I played the Duke of Buckingham and Richard III with Ian McKellen, ass. This is Bush League.
4 under bronze. Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. So you got your own special Fortnite ranking. Well, do you play on when you play, do you play on console or PC, Kirkland? Hey, Maddie, have you played Borderlands, any of them 1 through 4? All right. So I think we've got, was there any more quests here to get? Let's see. Nope. I think we've got them all. I'll start, I guess, with this one because it looks like it'll be pretty straightforward. Death Race Pandora. Let's see here. Kill the scythe crawlers on the racetrack. All right, let's try that one. That one looks good. It should be pretty. Go kill some stuff. Let's see. Let's go. Thanks for the redeems, Maddie. I gotta figure out why that claptrap one didn't work. I think I've got like some weird bug in the way it's set up. I can we played Borderlands 3, liked it, good game. Yep. I'm gonna get to 3 eventually. This is 1. And then I'm just gonna, the goal is over time, I'm just gonna play through all of them until I get to 4 and then play through 4. But all right, I can't go up that way, so I've got to go this way. So I'd like to, I definitely want to play 4, but felt like I wanted to play the play some of the originals first, or the ones that came before it, I guess. I do have a buddy of mine who's playing 4, who streams and is quite good. Oh fuck, I'm going the wrong way. All right, I got to turn around here. I just went right by it. There we go. Can we go that way? Maybe. Can I launch off this thing? No, it won't let me do that. No shortcut there. Kirkland says, console only, but I play like once or twice a year when my streamer buddies ask me enough times. Nice. Well, one of these days I'll have to get on there with both you and Maddie as well. Feel like you guys always pop in here fairly regularly. They just want me to play because I'm good at chatting, not for my, honestly, man, that is, I think that's the most important part for, I mean, I feel like if you want to have people watch your stream, you usually, I mean, unless you are just like the best of the best, then, you've got to be good at talking, obviously, like, I like to watch Peter Bot, play Fortnite, and I really could give 2 shits about what he's saying. What the hell just attacked me? Oh yeah, you bastard. Where are these guys? Oh man, these things like jump too, huh? I really don't like, I actually should switch to this other shotgun that I had. I like better. Feels like it's hard for me to crit these guys with this one. I feel like the other one just like had I don't know if it was like a wider reticle or what, but the other one I'd like just one shot everything. May have to switch it. All right. Let me go ahead and jump outside here for a second. Dude. Getting griefed by that doorway. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, if I have friends that are good at chatting and talking, it's always nice to have them on stream because it just makes it, I feel like it makes it more interesting. I feel like chat is like one of the major, it's one of the major components. Unless you're just like, there's obviously like I've watched people that like are crazy speedrunners and are just locked in the whole time. And, they're like really good at what they do. But most of us, we're not good enough to have people watch us without talking. They're there for the talking and interacting. All right, so this seems like a pretty solid gun for these guys. Yeah, okay, this thing is no problemo. Where did you go, you little bastard? There you are. Oh, missed him? Yeah, okay. All right, let's see here for, oh, there's an ad break going on. Of course there is. Did I, oh, I switched guns. I should go back to this one. This one was really good. Actually, that worked out pretty well on that guy, I guess. All right, let's see what we got here for loot. I'm just going to take a quick moment to type something into chat. Sorry for the ad break. BRB. I know usually most of the people watching my stream are on turbo or don't have ads. What's the screen flashy light here? Where's that coming from? Makes it seem like I should care about this thing, but it's kind of weird. I met so many cool people not caring about dubs, just chatting. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, that's like, I'd say most of the streamers that I watch, I generally watch them for the chat and the entertainment value, and it's usually not the gameplay. Usually not. I mean, there are some, you know, if you got both of them together, it's definitely a nice combo, but feel like, you know, whoa. This thing just like this thing never used to tip over that much. Let me see if we can do that again. Maybe it's just because of that little bump there. See, now I can't actually tip it over, but that it must have gone over something. That's weird. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving through here. And I guess I have to kill more of these guys, but they're not freaking here. Where the F are? Oh, there we go. I can just run over them too, which is kind of lame, but whatever. I've got to kill 50 of them, so that is probably the easiest way to do this. No sense in making it any harder than it has to be. This is definitely the fastest way. I feel like this is probably just a side quest too. I could probably skip it, but all right. I've got some red dots on the map, but I don't see them. Are they like above me? Where are they? My buddy wants me to come on his podcast. Unsure how I'd handle that. Cool. What's the topic of the podcast? I'm curious because I listen to quite a few podcasts. I actually thought about making podcasts before too, or produce. I actually started like I started doing one. I never actually published it, but I started kind of like writing and doing a few test recordings for one like many years ago, and just never kind of followed through with it, honestly, because it is a lot of work. And honestly, like if there's one thing I can say about like streaming, one thing that I like about it is that once you've got like, you know, all your initial equipment set up and you've kind of figured out all that part of it, I still got to kill 22 of these. Veterans talking veteran stories. Cool. That would be I think that would be a really cool topic. I mean, there's definitely some, I feel like that's one of those like areas where, you know, like there are already podcasts that are in that same genre or topic, but that especially if you have like, you know, guests that aren't going to be on, you know, other podcasts because they're not like popular, they're not like well known or not celebrities or something, that people would be really into that, and you could totally make that work. I bet that would totally work. I think the thing that I like about streaming is that I don't have to come up with a topic because, you know, basically the game is there. And so, you know, worst case scenario, you've got the game to talk about. And, you know, basically like once you've got your setup done with your, you know, audio, video, and everything else, then, you know, you don't really have to do. I do prepare for streams sometimes, and like I do like a little bit of preparation often, or I'll try to think about what I might talk about, what I might fill the time with, and that kind of thing. But you don't have to do that. Oh shit, my car's on fire now, huh? That's crazy. Never seen that before. Uh-oh. Fucker's gonna blow up, I guess. Let's see here. But I mean, podcast generally requires, if you want it to be successful, I mean, it requires, you know, a decent amount of upfront, I think, pre-writing or at least outlining, you know, storybooking, kind of storyboarding, and it also requires a decent amount of post-production. But I think that honestly, like, you know, that particular subject or type of material would be super popular because I think that in general, like people are interested in hearing stories from, you know, candid stories from veterans, and you know, people like, I mean, honestly, like as humans, we tend to be kind of voyeuristic or have a voyeuristic nature, and so it's almost like for a lot of people, almost more interesting sometimes to hear stories from people that are not celebrities and that have like, you know, real life stories to tell versus you know, people that might be celebrities or like well decorated officers or something. So I could totally see that working. I don't know if you've ever listened to Jocko Willing's podcast, but I mean, I feel like, obviously, like the people that he has on, have generally had pretty storied military careers or well known. But I think, like something in that format that was, or similar to that, but, without necessarily like the famous people would totally work. All right. I've still got, okay, I finished this. I've got 50/50 done. I'm just blabbing over here. And I'm going to go ahead and my vehicle blew up. I don't want to walk. Where's the nearest vehicle station? It's up there. I guess maybe the easiest way. I wonder if my vehicle is not burning anymore. Maybe I can just get over there somehow. I guess I have to walk all the way around. Yeah, like remember that one time with a helicopter, everyone scoots in. Totally. They get a little bit closer, hold their ear up to hear what you have to say. What? All right, I got to get back to this. Okay, hopefully my car still works. I think it does. That's weird that it was on fire and now it just stopped and it looks like it's back to full health, maybe. I don't know how that works. That's weird. That is weird. Yeah, I mean, as someone who is never in the military, I always like hearing stories from people that were in the military just because I'm always kind of curious about what it was like for them. But yeah, no, man, podcasts, a lot of editing. I mean, obviously, if you're just being a guest on there, you don't have to worry about any of that crap. But for making a podcast, it is a lot of work. All right, let's see here. I just got to go to this guy to get my. Okay, so we have finished that one. Sweet. Let's see what time it is. It's almost 10. I'll tell a quick one if allowed. Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it. Go for it, dude. I definitely want to hear it. Yeah. Fire away. Let's see here. We got to go this way. Whoop. All right, straight ahead. Pretty easy here. All right. Oh, these guys look suspect, but yeah, man, go ahead, fire away. Just drop it in the chat. I can definitely reread it to the stream. And then we can even clip it if you want. All right. What am I doing here? So I got to destroy runner patrols. How the F do I do that? Let's see here. They've got to be just around here somewhere. Oh, there's one. Okay. I really want the rocket launcher for this probably, but I'll see what I can do without it. They just have like HP for the whole patrol? They do. That's weird. Okay, well, there's one of them. That was pretty easy, actually. So Kirkland says, so in Mosul, my captain and I are just visiting to set up video conferences for the soldiers. Okay. And I can recap the whole thing, too, if you want to do it in chunks, however you want to do it. Looking for more. I guess I'll just have to drive around here until I find some more. All right. And hit these guys and then find the... Now, I guess I got to worry about them setting my car on fire, I assume. I'm kind of wondering if it might be easier to do this out of the car with one of my guns, but I might have to get out here if they keep blowing up my shields. At least in the car, I don't need to worry about reloading the weapons or running out of ammo. That's actually quite nice. Come on, dude. Where'd you bastard? You keep running away from me. Okay, now my car's on fire, so I should probably get out. Oh, yeah. It takes so long to get out of the freaking car, though. Come on. If I can just crit this guy, then I can get back to life. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now drop the shield. All right, that was close. So did I not destroy their patrol? There we go. Okay, now 2 of them are destroyed. Okay, so Kirkland says, so in Mosul, my captain and I just visiting, set up, oh, hold on, let me see. Oh man, these guys are wasting me, huh? Yeah, this freaking, like, whatever they have there for, I need to run. I need to run if I can get away. They're gonna freaking kill me. Okay. Oh, they're gonna get out of my view now and I won't be able to. I can. Yeah, I think they moved out of the way. All right, I died. Well, that's good timing because then I can tell a story. So Kirkland says, so in Mosul, my captain and I just visiting, set up video conferences for the soldiers. We show up first night. We're like, we're going to the PX. Anyone need anything? Like 18 people, like soap, shampoo, etc. All right, we got you. I can imagine, especially if you're on your phone, it can take a while to type this stuff out. So if you want to, I can wait until you're I can wait until you're done and then do the whole thing. Weird. I'm like, oh, there we go. I was stuck in the command prompt. That's why I couldn't move. All right. Well, I got a new turret point, so let's go ahead and apply that. Shield, max health. Let's go ahead and bump up max health. Oh, sweet. That increases. Yeah. No, go ahead. Take your time, man. Take your time. Take your time. In fact, I might do a quick bio break really quick. So keep going in the chat and then I will pause for a second to do a bio break. And I will be right back. Where's the pause button on my stream cam? This is me definitely being an amateur streamer. Okay, so let's see here. Right back. Bio break. And then yeah, keep it rolling. Then I'll do the whole thing or catch up on it when I get back. I'll be back in like a minute. All right, I am back. Yeah, I've always been kind of curious. One of the things I've been curious about, like, what is a PX like? Like, is it like a big like Costco, or is it like a little like small thing? Like it probably depends on the base and everything. All right, let me catch up on chat here real quick. Okay, so Kirkland was saying, so in Mosul, my captain and I just set up video conferences for the soldiers. We show up first night. We're like, we're going to the PX. Anyone need anything? And 18 people were like soap, shampoo, etc. And we're like, okay, we got you. And so we take orders of shampoo and such. Turns out Mosul is split, PX on one side and housing on the other. They didn't tell us in between those spots was no man's land. 3 miles just out in the open, no anything for protection. So we get to no man's land in a truck, not even a Humvee, open windows, and say, you guys locked and loaded? So they're basically like, you guys get in the truck, and then does someone else open the window? Is like, you guys locked and loaded and you're ready in case anything goes down? That's pretty crazy. What is that? Is that called, like, is that outside the green zone, or what's the, I don't know, what's the name for the safe zone? 'Cause, yeah, I mean, you're basically like going out there, you're like, anything could be out there, IEDs, people, whatever. That's pretty nutty. That is pretty nutty. I can only imagine what that's like. It's kind of crazy too that they have the base set up that way. I wonder why they had to have them separated like that, or there's something like with just the land that, like, maybe power or something like that. I wonder if it was like power infrastructure related. All right, so I only destroyed 2 of those runner patrols. I got to figure out green zone, but man, we didn't know about this. Got through 3 you got 3 grenades tossed at you that night. Crazy. Holy smokes. Were you doing like specifically like IT stuff? Was that kind of like your role, or comms, or? All right, let's go spawn a vehicle and go back and kill these guys again. Yeah, grenades. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. All right. I kind of wish I had the rocket launcher, because I feel like that is what is going on here. Like, I'm totally all hosed up. My view is all okay. There we go. That's better. I feel like I just got to keep moving so that they don't blow my shit up. Maybe if I go around these things and then see, but oh, dude, like this thing never turns over. And I don't know if the shield even blocks against this shit. We'll see. I am totally just going to die here. I should probably get back in the car and go. Whoops. Did not mean to get in the turret. That was dumb. All right. And I got to stop running into him too, because that totally flips my vehicle. It's like in Fortnite where you got to flip it back. Yep. Oh, dude. All right. Can you get out? Let's go. All right. At least if I pull back here, I'm kind of like close to something. Okay. All right. I got to figure out what the strategy is for these guys, because this is not working. And of course, I can't. There's nothing here to attack, so I can't. I'll just respawn. Kirkland says comms, but I route cleared for 12 hours a day to make sure comms were good. 50 cal, gun for some time, something to do, and then go back to battalion, fix computers for about 6 hours. Work from like 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, both tours. Damn, keep them busy. I feel like in some ways it's probably part of like keeping sane too, right? Okay, this thing is like, this gun is legit. I don't need to. I almost don't even need the car. I should just get out of the car and shoot him with this thing. Yeah, I think I told you, but I was like, that was actually kind of like one of the reasons why, like part of the reason for going to work in Alaska. Like I actually I thought about joining the military and specifically doing, something like IT related. Um, but I just couldn't like I have a problem with commitment, and so like the 4 year. Oh, dude! All right, let's see if we can get these guys. There we go. There we go. Got the second win that time because they didn't run away. Okay. Where's the next one? Up there. I should be able to get these guys pretty quick. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Thanks. I'm the worst at that. I forgot to switch it back afterwards. Yeah, I was talking there for a little bit and I had changed the camera and then forgot to switch it back. Should be able to like 3-shot these guys with this thing as long as I avoid the fire bombs. There we go. That one's almost dead. Okay. Yeah, so trying to kill them when I'm in the car is just dumb. I just got to avoid. I just got to make sure I hit my shots. Oh, that's dangerous. See if I can get a shield. Oh, yeah. All right. Are they here? This is a bummer because I can't really fight for my life because they're not anywhere where I can shoot them. Let's see if they come back. Nope. Yeah, I'm kind of toast there. Yeah, I thought about both Coast Guard or really kind of any branch of military, but was definitely kind of interested in doing IT stuff, but had a hard time committing myself to 4 years when I was younger. I was actually just talking to somebody recently, actually a streamer I know, who was talking about they're a little bit younger than me. I think they're like maybe 40, and apparently I didn't realize this, but if you have a master's degree, you can actually join as an officer or enlist as an officer. And so the person that I know is a computer science master's degree, has a master's degree in computer science, and they're looking into, I think, possibly joining the Navy and starting as an officer, which I did not know. I'm too old for it now. And actually, I don't have the degree, but I could, easily go spend a couple of years and get one. But I think at 48, I'm too old. I think you have to. I think it might be 42. Oh, even bachelor's, you can start as an officer. Crazy. Okay, that is a pretty sweet deal. I'm guessing that if you have a graduate degree, you probably start at a higher rank and get paid more. But I feel like with all the stuff going on with like, with cyber warfare and everything, that people with computer science degrees and other technology related degrees are probably in pretty high demand. I do have an interesting maybe I'll send you a DM. I have a story from a friend who is in the military that you might get a kick out of. I'm probably not going to mention it on chat just because I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess they probably wouldn't care if I mean, it is like a publicly known story, but I will send it to you. It's a pretty harrowing tale, and I think I think he's got a post online about it. All right. Let me go back, get the car, and then go. I've only got one more of these guys to kill before I finish this quest. And then I think, who knows, I might call it after that. We'll see. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Like being 48, I'm guessing that at this point too, like in my life and career, I don't know if I'd want to be full time in the military. Although I could possibly be interested in like reserve or something. I mean, the idea of like doing some sort of public servant role has always been interesting, but honestly, part of it is that like the pay has like often been not like when I was younger, it was really pay was part of it because being in tech, you just made more working commercial. All right, I think that was the last one I needed. So let me go see if I can finish these guys off. Played first Halo 2 with Chris Kyle, the American singer, almost every night. My first tour. Nice. I don't know who Chris Kyle is. I'd have to look him up, but that's. Is there a song of his that I would know? Is he like, what type of music? Is it like rock or country or? All right. Are these guys still out there? Yeah, right there. Really? How is that not hitting him? Come on. There we go. Oh, Sniper. Oh yeah, he was the. Oh yeah, totally. He's. I know exactly. Okay, yeah, he's the main, the American Sniper guy. Yeah. Oh, they ran over me, son of diddly. Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about. Sorry, I didn't. It took me a second to connect. When you said singer, I threw a loop for me, but the what was the nickname that the Taliban had for him? Was it the devil or was it like the? Can't remember now. All right. It's funny. I was listening to another podcast I was listening to recently. It was an interview with this guy. I'm going to blank on his name here. I want to say it was not Kyle Martin or Cody Martin, but he's written a couple of books. And he basically, after getting out of the military, he became an author. But he had an interesting story because he started in the Marines. Yeah, Devil of Ramadi. That was Chris Kyle's. That was the nickname they had for him. What they put on like the wanted posters and stuff. Let me look up this dude's name because you might be interested. It might be of interest to you. I'll pull it up real quick here. Where is it? Let me switch to side cam real quick. Give me just a second. Jocko Clay Martin. He was Marine recon and sniper, and then transferred to the Army and became a Green Beret. And has written a bunch of books, some fiction and some nonfiction. I think the nonfiction ones are kind of about like urban survival and survival in general, kind of based on like all of his military training. But I listened to an interview with him recently that was pretty interesting. And part of the reason why I thought of it is because he talked specifically about playing Halo on deployment. And so that was kind of what reminded me of it. I think, he wasn't in Ramadi. He might have been in Mosul. But yeah, he was talking about how, there were lots of periods during that conflict where, they sent people over, but for whatever reason couldn't figure out what to do with them right away. And so there's just like a lot of like confusion. So at first kind of ended up spending some downtime just kind of sitting around waiting for stuff to do, and played a bunch of Halo. And I think Halo 1 probably was just coming out around that time, right? Like 2006-ish. Is that right? 2006, 2005. I'm trying to think, when was the Battle of Ramadi? I'd have to look that up. I want to say it was around 2006. Earlier? Okay. Battle of well, the second Battle of Ramadi was fought during the Iraq War from March 2006 to November 2006, but like Halo 1 probably came out. You played 2 in 2005. Okay. Right. Halo 1 release date. November 15th, 2001. Okay, yeah. Halo 1 came out a long time ago. That is crazy. Yeah, I've never actually played Halo, but had a friend that worked at Bungie. I think before and during the Microsoft acquisition, may still be there after they separated. But I've never actually played it, but I've watched a lot of people play it. Looks like a pretty cool game. I've played some of the arcade variations that they have. You can play it like GameWorks or whatever. All right, let's see. Is there like one last quest I can do here that might not be too much of a pain in the butt, or call it? Okay, this one looks pretty straightforward. So we'll just have to go find this thing and go close some valves. So that's about 600 meters away. 600 meters, 625. Let's go. Man, this thing drives like, I don't even know how to describe it, but very twitchy. It doesn't quite drive the way I would expect given how low to the ground it is, but I guess also, see here. Okay, oh yeah, I keep doing that. I like to, like, when I'm not playing the game, just talking, I like to switch it back, but luckily that just means I know that somebody's actually watching. I was just testing you, really, just to see if you're watching. All right, let's see if I can go up this way. Piss off, says the sign. All right, this looks like something's going on here. I got to go in. So I don't think I can drive up either one of these things, but maybe I can jump up onto here. No, let me see. There's got to be an entrance over here. Okay, here we go. There's a little crack in the rocks that I can go up into. All right, so there's one valve down there. I don't see any monsters spawning yet. Oh, there we go. Where are these things? Flying? Are they flying or are they little buggy things? There's like one, looking at the map, there should be like one right there, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, these. Okay, those are pretty simple, so don't have to worry about them too much. Publishers asked for 3 books. I'm gonna decline. Oh damn, are you do you have any published books currently? My life story can't be split up into pieces. It's my story, one book, not all. Yeah, not in it for the money. Yeah, I mean, I think, I would, well, I mean, obviously I'm not like a literary agent or anything, but I feel like this day and age, just I've listened to a lot of podcasts and interviews with authors and successful authors. And actually I have a friend whose wife is a successful self-published novelist, like quite successful, like makes a full-time job out of it. And it just seems like self-publishing is the way to go. And I actually just have another friend of mine, longtime friend, who just published his first novel. And the general kind of consensus I've heard, which is probably, I'm guessing, the same thing that you've heard, is that like unless you're getting like a significant advance, you know, like $500,000, which, you know, they'd only give you if you're typically like, you know, a celebrity or something, then don't do it, because you're just better off self-publishing. Um, Picked up from HarperCollins. They want to go widespread. It's my memoir in poem form, so one story, one book. Okay, so when you say picked up, does that mean that they actually, like, did you sign a contract with them, or are you just are you still talking to them about it? That's super cool though. That's awesome. Definitely let me know when it's out, or if you want anybody to like test read it or anything. That sounds like a really cool idea. Is there a particular like style of poetry? I'm trying to think of like if that's even the right word, but you know, like I don't know how you refer to like different kind of like types of poetry. Sending this stuff to editors, we need an agent because I don't know about those things. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so funny enough, I've actually been I mean, it's not really like anything of significance, but I am a published author in some now very dated textbooks or tech books that were published originally by Singress, but now I think they're owned by Ex Libris. I'm guessing they're probably not in print anymore, and so I've been through the editing process of at least that type of book, but never for anything like what you're talking about. But I do know quite a few people that have actually gone. I know some people that have gone the professional publisher route and signed a contract with a, you know, like advance and that whole thing, and then know some people that have gone the self-published route and had some success, and then other people that went the self-published route that just didn't really, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not successful because they published their book, but you know, probably like weren't really necessarily trying to sell it or in it for the money. So story on the left and then poem on the right side about story all true. Okay, cool. That is really cool. I like that idea. That's an awesome concept. Um, my father-in-law actually wrote his memoirs, and he tied his memoirs all to music, and you know, songs and albums that he was listening at the time, and wrote it primarily for his kids, so that they would have it to read, and then you know, kind of like, I haven't actually read it, so I can't like I know kind of like I have a rough idea of how, you know, how it goes, but effectively like each kind of section, you know, has like an album or songs associated with it and talks about like how they relate to the story in his life and like, you know, what was going on at the time. And all right, I gotta go close these valves. And my wife actually, she used to be into, still is to a little bit, but not really much. She used to be into book arts and book restoration, um, and restoring old books. And so she actually made him, you know, for all the people they wanted to go to in the family, made him a specially designed book with like CDs in it, and you know, embedded in with the memoirs and stuff, so that you could read it and listen to the music that was, you know, that he referenced and talked about, which is I thought was pretty cool. You bastard! Oh, really? You're gonna hide in there so I can't kill you? Oh, dude, why? There we go. Are you gonna squeal before we cook you? You know, I don't appreciate that kind of talk. So yeah, I kind of made this for family, but happened to have a big HarperCollins person that I'd send my stuff to, and and she ain't too close. Okay. I'm assuming you meant that you sent it to her and she was like, oh yeah, this thing, this could actually, this could fly. That's super cool. Did I do this yet? Okay, there we go. I got to turn this thing right. There we go. All right, I've got one more valve to turn. Yeah, I feel like that's always kind of like the way with writing is that like if you're not someone who, you know, is already like a big writer, established author, like it's always good to like, you know, write something that you're just interested in doing, you know, writing about no matter what and kind of go into it with no expectations and then see what happens. Because just having a purpose other than it's nice because like writing, you know, memoir, if you're writing it primarily for family, then you just have an initial audience in mind. And that can also be super motivating too. Yeah, I've got a few. There's a book that I want to write. It's sort of like a tech book, but not really. It's meant to be sort of like an evergreen tech book, so it's not about any specific technology, but just kind of like some like lessons learned. I gotta figure out how the hell to get in here. What is up, GMO? How's it going? How are you, man? All right. I'm trying to figure me and Kirkland are just talking about his book project that he's working on. And I am trying to figure out how the heck to get in this thing. Because it should be like it's is there like something I need to detonate there? No, that's just a cash box. Kirkland says, what up? Doing some juggling in the living room. Nice, dude. Awesome, awesome. That was a great stream earlier, by the way. I only caught part of it, but I was definitely enjoying it. I actually, GMO, you've kind of inspired me to do a stream. There's a stream I want to do at some point here, and I'll probably maybe turn it into a YouTube video as well. But I wonder if I need to hit this thing. I feel like there's like I want to do a stream on mental models and like a couple of like the core mental models that I try and that I try to keep in my toolbox. And the one that I always think about when you're talking is just the is compounding and the idea of compounding and the power of compounding. I mean, obviously like in a financial sense in terms of like trying to like save money, think about retirement, but also like, you know, in terms of just like life and health and other practices, because, you know, it's just kind of like I mean, there's another mental model, which is like, you know, so are you, GMO, are you familiar with the concept of mental models? All right, I gotta figure out how to get in here. Okay, so you could think of like mental models as basically like, mental models are ways that are just essentially like frameworks that you can use to look at something and think about something. Let me see. Kirkland says, so told her New York buddies and got offered a wild number for my paintings. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. I missed a message here earlier. Let me go see here. So Kirkland says, that's how I paint. I paint songs in abstract, weirdly enough. Oh, interesting. Friend told them I paint abstract. She leaked a few of mine, sent her, and then she told her New York buddies and got offered a wild number. That is so cool. That's crazy. Ah, man, that's crazy. Like to check out. I'd like to check out some of your paintings sometime. That would be rad. If you have, do you have a gallery? Or if you have a gallery or anything online that I can look at, feel free to send it my way. I would love to check it out. So yeah, GMO. Basically, I think I've got to go up there. I'm going to go around that way. The idea of mental models is that, like, you know, when you're thinking about a problem, a decision, or really anything in life, you know, like mental models are just frameworks that you can use to think about things. And they're meant to kind of be like reusable, right? Like they're just something that you can like, it's like a pattern that you can apply or framework you can apply to something. And so some examples of that, and you probably already use them today, you just don't know it or you don't have a name for it. But like the idea of like supply and demand, right? Like supply and demand, is a basic economic theory, that, in the simplest, most naive thing states, that like, uh, you know, as demand for something, goes up, if supply does not increase with it, then the price for that thing is going to go up. And actually, I'll just switch to chatting screen here for a second. Then the price for that is going to go up as well. And if the supply increases and demand doesn't increase, then the price is going to go down, right? And so supply and demand is a mental model. And it's a mental model that most of us probably already have in our toolbox. And so like when you go look at different situations, like an example of this would be like at the beginning of the pandemic, I was thinking about upgrading my bike. And I anecdotally like noticed, that lots of people were talking about bikes. And so, I was looking at like the pandemic and, I applied the supply, and what was going on and thought about, supply and demand was like, like I bet bikes are going to get really expensive. So I should probably, I see supply going up or see demand going up, and I know that supply chains are disrupted. So I should probably buy my bike now, and before things get super expensive. And so that's a mental model. Another mental model might be like the sunk cost fallacy. And so like the sunk cost fallacy is this, basically like, let's say that you were trying to start a business and you put in, like $100,000 or $200,000 into the business or something crazy like that, and the business is not succeeding, and it's pretty clear, that it has a very low chance of succeeding, but you need, like another like $10,000 or $20,000 to like pay the next bill and and kind of get through the next month and see if you can turn things around. And so you're kind of like tied to this like 200,000 that you've already put into it, and so you're kind of like keep throwing money after it because like you're emotionally invested in that initial cost, even though the right logical financial decision is to stop it and just like let go of that. And so also kind of like I think there's also like the gambler's fallacy. There's compounding, the idea of compounding. One of the, I think probably the more popular mental models or powerful ones that I try to kind of like share with people is the idea of non-linear results, and or looking for things with like linear and non-linear results, and looking for situations where you can achieve non-linear results. So like a very linear result is like when if you're working on something and you put in like this much, then you're gonna get this much out of it, or you're gonna progress that much. And non-linear might be like something more exponential, where like if you put in this much effort, you're going to get a much larger return out of it. And so in some ways, like an example might I'm trying to think of a contrived example, but for some people like they're trying to like diet or lose weight or something, and so they like go through like all this work trying to do all these different things and nothing really works, but then they find like something like, oh well, if I reduce my carb intake, then suddenly like I have more energy and I'm losing weight faster and those types of things. And so in some ways it's kind of like that's a non-linear result, because you get, for a very minor change, you get like a great outcome. I feel like that's a bad example. I'm trying to think of what a better example for something with non-linear results might be, but it's basically like a multiplicative thing where you get for every bit that you input into something, or every step that you take, you get a much larger return on it, or kind of you get something back from it. And looking in life, like trying to identify which situations are like linear, are going to get you linear results, where it's, here's an example. This is a perfect example. So if you're still with me, I don't know if you are, but let's say that you have a business, right? And your business is like consulting, or it's like some sort of like service, that revolves around people. And so one of the things about consulting businesses is that, or even like, let's say you're a physical therapist, right? And I talked with my friend who's a physical therapist about this. As a physical therapist, the amount of money you make is limited by the amount of hours that you put in, because you only make money when you are working on people. And so, you can realistically do that, 8 hours a day. Maybe you can do it longer sometimes, but like there's a cap, right? And like really the amount of time that you put into it ultimately dictates the amount of money you get back. And there's no way that you're going to get more money out of it by, by not, putting in that. You could raise your rates and that would help, but that only goes so far. But then you're like, oh, well, like, let's say that I come up with like, a training class or something about my particular type of physical therapy or how to run a physical therapy business, and I sell that to other physical therapists or people that are interested in doing that. Now you've created something that has the potential for nonlinear results because it's not, the output is not dictated by the time that you put into it, or the amount of effort you put into it. It can just keep, kind of going on its own. And so in some ways, like actually like another good example might be like streaming on Twitch. Like streaming on Twitch is really like you get linear results, right? Like you're only going to make, and I'm clearly not doing this to make money, and I don't think most of us are, but you can only stream so much, and if you're not streaming, then you're not getting subs, you're not getting bits, and like there's really no way to like make money on Twitch without streaming, and the amount that you get back is directly related to how much you stream. Now you could like make YouTube videos, which, long form content, and use Twitch to like drive people to that. And that's a little bit more non-linear because then, if something goes viral or if you get a bigger audience, that thing is basically making money for you in your sleep. But like, it's not, the result of it is much greater in scale than the effort put into it. And it can continue to grow when you're not doing something. So those are all different like mental models. And so the idea with mental models is that you put them all, they're all just tools in your toolbox, and you carry them around with you in your head. And then when you approach situations, you try to figure out which ones you can apply. And sometimes you mix and match them, and try different ones together, or take one that, you might not have applied, that might come from a different discipline. Like it might be a financial mental model, or one around, some like, science or psychology, and you apply it to a new situation, and see, and look at the problem through that lens. So that's kind of a long-winded explanation of it, and of what they are, and kind of like how it's just a way of really encapsulating, patterns or ways that you look at the world, and then trying to reuse them. But, you kind of like almost document them in a way in your head, and then, actively try to use them in different situations. And it can be a powerful tool because I think a lot of us do it subconsciously. But by giving it a name, you can actually like expand the ones that you have in your toolbox and learn new ones and kind of be more conscious of that. All right. So anyways, that was kind of all I was going to say, or what I was trying to say about that. Let's see here. So Kirkland says, I keep it to family and friends. Just wanted to give something to me as a special few. You're talking about your art. I'm going to wait for my book to come out, and price of paintings could go way up, so I'm sitting on them. Cool. That's a solid, I think that's a solid strategy. All right. I think the thing I need to get is right here. So yeah, I don't know, GMO, if you caught any of that, great. If not, maybe I'll clip it and and send it to you so you can listen to it later. I think you're talking also about how you're juggling in the living room, which is in kind of trying to do some off-stream juggling to work on more complicated stuff, which is cool. I totally get that. I mean, I actually will even like, when I'm playing new games on stream, I usually kind of play them before I play them on stream for the first time, and will even sometimes, practice a few things or try to like get familiar with stuff. And if the stream, if I feel like there's some rough things in the stream, I may go back and practice them a little bit. But yeah, being on camera, man, it's stressful. It adds a whole nother level of I feel like if you can do something on camera, then you can really do it, because it is freaking hard to do stuff on camera. Let's see here. I think we've got an ad break coming. I'm gonna snooze that one. But yeah, I think that's a smart idea to keep a lid on the paintings and see how the book does. That's definitely a good idea. And I think the thing that I like about it too is that, like this is all like stuff that you're doing that you like to do anyways. And like, if it works out, it works out. Something, if it gets big, gets big. But at the end of the day, like you're doing something that you like to do. So wait a second. I was just here. I must have missed. Oh, there's another valve I missed. Okay, there's one. Right. It's this one. It's this one right here. I still haven't figured out how to get. I've been talking so much. I haven't thought about how I need to get into that thing, and I don't know how to do it. Let's see. We're gonna have to go look around some more here. Maybe there's like a switch I need to pull that will open up the gates. Dun dun dun. This is weird. I've never really come across anything in this game that is like a puzzle. This is kind of like the first puzzle. All right, I can't like. I don't think I can shoot any of this stuff. Ooh, what's this thing? Maybe this. No, that's a toolbox. Is there like a? What's that? I saw a rope or something over here somewhere. Did I? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe up there. That thing looks like it could be promising. I don't know if I want to try to get up there right now. Feel like, what time is it? 10:30. Kind of thinking that maybe now would be a good time to end the stream and raid out, and then I can move on to this when I'm back on. Let's see here. All right, maybe I'll just switch it to just chatting for now and kind of slowly wrap things up. So Kirkland says 30K for 2 paintings, hard to turn down. I'm turning it down. Yeah, no, that's pretty significant. He wanted my favorite 2, which I made for myself. Sorry, not for sale. Yeah. Hey man, that's you know, I mean, it's I think it's important to stick by your guns there, and if you made them for yourself and they're special to you, then yeah, then don't sell them. But I mean, it is nice to know that there is at least, you kind of proven that there's a market there for them. So now that you know that, I mean, you can kind of take that and do what you will with it. That's pretty, I think that's pretty cool. I think that is pretty cool. But it's also, it's interesting. I think the other thing that's kind of interesting about your story there, Kirkland, is like how sometimes like things are just like, it's just like serendipity, kind of putting yourself into the world and then seeing what happens. I mean, it is obviously partially luck in a lot of cases, and networking and whatnot, but I've always, like, that's one of the things I've tried to tell a lot of my friends, and when we're talking about stuff like this, is like, a lot of stuff in life just happens by putting yourself out there and putting yourself out into the universe and not expecting anything in return, and just seeing what happens. And sometimes stuff happens, but most of the time it's not, right? It's going to be like a lot of just like a lot of time with stuff not happening, but then over time you meet more people, and you network and kind of become friends with people, and sometimes things just kind of like come out of nowhere, and you're like, wow, holy crap, I can't believe someone just offered me 30K for 2 of my paintings, right? But you got to put it out there. If you never showed them to anybody, then that wouldn't have happened, right? If you never, I mean, 1, you had to paint them, and then 2, you had to show them to somebody, and it's but it's pretty cool the way that works out. So I think, let's see here. I think I'm probably going to raid out. I'm looking to see if you guys could stick around for the raid. That would be great. Let's see who we're going to raid out to here. I think we'll probably, should we do Sushi Queen is doing a subathon, and Brad is on. Santoki's on. I'm not playing Fortnite, so I don't think I'm going to raid to a Fortnite streamer tonight. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. So I think actually I might just go ahead and raid to... I'm going to raid out to Sushi Queen since she's doing subathon. So why don't we go ahead and give Sushi Queen a warm welcome. If you can stick around for a few, I'd appreciate it. If not, no big deal. I totally get it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and give her a big warm welcome. I'll get it started here in just a second. Let's see here. I was on earlier and it looked like she was doing a lot of fun stuff. I watched it for probably like a good like 30 or 40 minutes earlier today. And it looks like it's been a pretty fun stream. And I think she's got to be going on like 10 or 12 hours now. I don't know, pretty crazy. Very, very, very long stream. So let's go ahead and get in there and set up this raid. Okay. TTV. Sushi Queen. Here we go. Yep, she's playing Dead by Daylight and doing her subathon. So I'm going to start this raid here in just a minute. And like I said, if you can stick around, it'd be great. If not, no big deal. Thanks, Kirkland. Thanks, GMO, for popping in. Thanks for the sharing your stories and whatnot. I appreciate all you guys popping in. Definitely makes it a fun stream and part of the reason why I do it. So yeah. All right, we'll catch you guys next time, and the raid will be starting now. Did it raid? I think it started. I think it started, didn't it? Let me see. Oh man, did it start? There we go. It worked. Awesome. Okay.